came back from a massive injury that almost took me out of rugby. I had 5 surgeries.
Five surgeries.
A space of 5 weeks. Imagine like a shovel coming and taking your flesh out until to a point of bone.
Are you a patient person? Because this process is required you to be patient. Zero patience.
It's now. That's why it's fast. It's
Yeah.
Ruckers, here we go. Okay, my partner says it's so time. It's your number 1 rugby podcast. It's episode 116, 116th episode of Behind the Ruck. We are proudly supported by SuperSport Bet, and on board currently giving you all the energy you need is our hydration partner, Switch Energy, in the house, guys. It is the short guy. Oh, it is the round guy. Guys, former Springbok Rudy Page over here. Next to me is my partner in
crime.
crime.
Wannabe bodybuilder Juan de Jong in the house. Hey, Ruckers, hope you're good, because I'm good. Hey, how are you doing, partner? You good?
Partner, I think 67 to 30. The Springboks make sure we are still having a fantastic week.
Fantastic. Another Nokia, a big one. Buxton, you know.
But I'm really good, buddy. It's I think as a Springbok supporter, as a sport lover, it's the ideal time. There's so much sport. As a golf lover, watching the Ryder Cup this past weekend.
Yes.
Amazing.
You're amazing, yeah. And I love golf also coming back to us in March. That's going to be amazing as well. But yeah, I mean, green and gold has been fantastic this past weekend. Eh? And now we're climbing that ladder. We're climbing that ladder.
Look, the first time that the Boks might win back-to-back Tri-Nations Rugby Championship titles ever in our illustrious history. That is upcoming now at Twickenham. At Twickenham. We might be with at Twickenham.
I love that thing. Like you loved all the things.
We're back-to-back. Okay, back-to-back Rugby World Cup champions. Can we be back-to-back Rugby Championship winners also?
Yeah, no, 100%, yeah. And we'll see what that afterwards, hey. But yeah, Ruckers, what we expect on Behind the Ruck, okay, we got a crack of a lineup for you, just for you, because we miss you so much, okay. Today we've got the guest in the house, can you believe it? Our guest is the one and only Seabelo Senatla. Hey, the weather conditions at Behind the Ruck is Seabelo Senatla. Hey? He's in the studio. He's going to have a little bit of chat about his journey. I mean, incredible journey after his incident to have this comeback and having a man of the match performance at the DHL Stadium against Leinster. Can you believe it? So we'll have a little bit of a good chat to him, and then also our fixtures coming up as well. URC, week 1, is it? At URC with the Rugby Championship as well coming up, just to check what's happening in a couple of games as well.
Massive rugby coming up. URC started. Obviously, the Storm is off to a flyer. And Ruckers, for all of our rugby discussions, we had in detail discussion past Sunday, okay, on our live results. So that we cover Sundays after Springbok test matches. So please go and check that out. Me and my partner had a full chat, probably for 50 minutes about that, about the Springbok game. Sasha and Feinberg and
Zulu playing Scrabble, eh? Time for everything.
So that will be happening again this upcoming Sunday. Also after the Twickenham test match, Springboks against Los Pumas, we will again have that live result review. So where you guys can comment, interact, give your opinion, and we try and bounce off that again, Ruckers, while I have you here in the start of the episode.
Take a second, yeah.
Take a quick second. Subscribe.
Yep.
Thank you, guys, okay?
That was...
Never forget to subscribe and help us go to 40,000 subscribers, partner.
Yeah.
Is that the goal for the end of the year?
Yeah. 40K, yeah. It'll be lekker.
It will be fantastic.
Community, and we'll enjoy it together, yeah.
And we also have a WhatsApp channel, Ruckers, not a WhatsApp channel. Is it a WhatsApp channel? Yeah.
Yeah.
So go to our WhatsApp channel. And we put the episode on there first. We share some content that we shoot with our guests and stuff on there. It's also a way of us communicating with you guys. So please, notifications on at the bottom. Subscribe, WhatsApp channel, live results Sundays, and then you're up to date.
A lot going on, yeah. But a lekker episode coming up, eh?
Brilliant
I want to get to my 11, eh?
Brilliant episode, buddy.
Let's get there. Up next, Seabelo Senatla. Ooh, Ruckers, put on your seatbelt. This is going to be a fast interview. Hey, today we've got someone that won URC medals, Currie Cup medals, Olympic medals. Hey, he's broken ankles. He's broken records. And his broken stopwatch is the one and only Seabelo Senatla. Welcome. Hey, brother.
What an intro, Juba. Thank you so much. Akhi, we
Thank
good?
you, Boyki. How are you doing?
All good, brother.
You can see he's doing good, eh? Look at this. Hey,
Oh,
swag,
man.
eh? Huh? Lit. What do they call it these days, these youngsters? Is it lit, eh?
Drip, I believe that's the right one. Drip.
Yeah, no. I'm in the same breath as you guys. We're all old, so I don't know none of that.
Is it?
All old.
Isabella, before we get cracking, congratulations on the man of the match.
Yes.
Excellent start to the season,
Clap with us.
Thank you, sir.
And it's very tough, Ruckers. You guys know me. It's tough to say, but flipping y'all, that Stormers jersey does look beautiful.
Beautiful, eh?
It really does look beautiful. But
And the away one, eh?
that's my favorite one.
Yeah.
Favorite one, that green one with the pink strips. Oh, but I'm getting carried away.
We're going to get there, yeah.
But congrats on the man of the match, the start of
Yes.
this. How was the
Thank
first
you.
game, Boyki?
Becky Aina,
That's
I've
it?
got scars to prove it.
Yes.
Kind of like one we're in the hat. But it was good. I think, we were quite, how may I call it? I'm looking for the right English word for this. But I think we were precise in how we wanted to get out. We all know that Stormers have slow starts in the previous seasons. So we wanted to get out quite quick and wanted to leave that tag, and being synonymous with slow starters, we wanted to create some sort of new pathway in how we want to do things. New era, new jersey,
New
sponsor,
logos.
new everything. So it was imperative that we did that. And we were quite clinical.
Yeah.
Clinical in the sense of game direction, not so much on everything that we did. There was a lot of mistakes from us and a lot to work on, but we were quite clinical in how we wanted to play and executed it perfectly. I think that was good.
But taking out the defending champions, and Davi must be happy with the attack. Naomi must be happy with the 0. They all happy.
It's happiness all around.
Yeah, and
brother.
taking out, there's a lot of internationals in the Leinster team as well, the quality outfit as well. The plan, did it work to get 35-0?
Yeah, no, it did. It certainly did. I think we put them under massive pressure on both sides of the ball. It didn't matter where. That's what I talk about when I say clinical. We're clinical in that aspect of the game, like pressure all around, whether we have the ball or not. And that was good. Both admirals are highly happy. Norman is getting us donuts tomorrow, so I'm excited for that. Davi is also smiling, so good place to be.
Pariba, did you see them coming into the stadium like the Undertakers?
Yes, sir.
All black tracksuits. I was like, damn, Stormy.
And now it makes sense. All black as you as
Oh,
well.
black. We're still on the same theme, but this is theme of the year. Nah, Eddie got us looking very, very good. I must say, I felt really, really good.
Quickly, boys, and look, it's probably a very silly thing to talk about, but that effect of looking good, feeling good, I've always told you, Stormers with Adidas feels right.
Yeah.
It's history, it's a look and feel. But now looking at the New Jersey, the start of the season, for you as a Stormer legend, Poiki,
Beautiful.
Is it beautiful?
Beautiful, yeah. Yeah, I was lucky enough to actually in 2010 when I made my debut, started with the Adidas. Then we went into a little bit of a road trip. But
Self-production vibes.
But we're back. I mean, the home jersey is looking incredible. And then also the design of it, keeping a little bit of tradition into it. But you have to speak about the logo as well. Obviously, the logo came out a couple of months ago. How are we feeling inside the camp? I know how the people are feeling outside of the camp.
Yeah, I think the people need to understand that whatever Stormers Rugby does, it does with them in mind. I mean, that's our motto and our mission, is to make Cape Town smile. So whatever's done intrinsically within the business, we're thinking about them. It was very important for us to draw the tradition, bring it along, and obviously bring it to the new era, but also understanding that we're a new outfit, we look differently, and we're going into a new digital age. It was so important to update the logo because you see stuff like numbers, they look different, and we have our own type of typography, which is iconic and very identical. If we can make that across all mediums, then it starts looking like a proper thing. I think the aim is to be number one club in the world, and we're trying to do that on all fronts, not just on the field, but showcasing new things and moving into a new type of era. As we call it, which is very digital, very modern, and people have a lot of touch points that are going to say Stormers. It's not just the logo.
Yeah.
When people see the numbers, like Stormers. When people see different sets of colors are Stormers. So it goes way beyond the logo itself. It lives within everything that you touch on a daily basis, and that's what we're trying to recreate. The logo itself has a lot of, integral pieces in what we represent. You can see the stadium is there. You can see the Thunder, the Stormer is there. The Thunder, that Stormer is there. So whoever created it obviously took so much time. And I felt for him when the backlash came, because these things take so much time. People need to understand that a lot of thought is put into these things. It's not just done, for the sake of a couple of people. So we're representing a lot. We have to represent and showcase all of that. And people take their time with these things, and it has to mean something at the end of the day. It's not just a new logo that's sitting there that looks pretty. It has to mean something.
Something, yeah. What the design, because me, obviously coming from the old era as well, the first time I saw it, I was like, hey, what's this?
Yeah.
But then I understand why, looking at the DHL Stadium, you got the blue and white, the stripes in there as well, and it gives that storm feeling with the thunder inside there as well. So there's a lot of meaning. And you guys all speak about, make Cape Town smile, love Cape Town, these type of things that's incorporated into it. It makes more sense. And when I saw it on the jersey, I was like, okay, this is growing on to me now.
That's also the first time it grew on me.
Yeah,
when it was on the jersey, that night
like,
of the jersey.
Here we go now. Okay.
It was the first time, and Seabelo, don't judge me for this, but the first time when I saw it, I was like, yeah, it looks like my grade 1 girl wrote the 8. It looked like an 8.
Met een vetkreet nogals.
With a vet crate. I was like, this looks... And probably it's also my personality. I don't do well with change. I don't like change. And probably a lot of the Stormer faithful obviously also struggle with change. But now looking at it, looking at the jersey, the rebrand, it was impressive.
It was exactly that. It applied on something is going to make a difference. Not just it as a standalone, because we're looking at it as just a standalone. And I think it's not just a you thing, Peji. It's a human thing. Change is not good. It's not regarded as good. It's disruptive. It causes us to act in a certain way. It causes us to behave in a certain way. So whenever change happens, we know that we have to change something within us. I think that's where it challenges us, because we have to look at things differently to be able to view them differently. And that's why change is so difficult, and why human beings struggle with that.
But that lekker touch is that dies at the back of the jersey.
Oh, so good.
Just gives that, the DNA inside.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, yeah. But let's talk about the big man. Where are you at the moment in terms of, the season, in terms of mentally as well, looking at what the season has to deliver for you as well, personally?
Well, I said it in my post-match interview when I got my award. I said, have so much potential in me, and my challenge for myself this year is to try and tap into the potential and really challenge myself. When I set out a goal for myself to enter 15s, I wanted to be a more holistic player. That's what I was going for. I didn't just want to be a finisher. So, working on all those different aspects of my game has allowed me to work towards, that goal that I wanted. So for now, it's for me to execute, at the highest level consistently on all fronts. It's not just about scoring for me. It used to be like that. I just wanted to be the one that scores the tries, the quickest, But my game is more rounded now. I think about the game from a different light. And for me, it's a beautiful picture. I believe that if one can hone their skills and can change up, how they are, evolution is such an important thing. It's part of who I am. And that's all I want to do every single time. I always want to be evolving. As a person, as a rugby player, I always just want to get better and bring out different sides of
yourself,
me.
Because it makes sense, because you said, for years he said my 11. He plays number 11. But now I see him at the right wing and he's speaking like this as well. So it's about, changing. You want to maybe try it, maybe 15, you challenge yourself in different ways, bring maybe a little bit of a attacking, passing type of game inside the speed you still already have.
Yeah, open to that. Nothing is off the cards. I believe that anything is possible, so why not? If you check the game this weekend, there's a couple of kicks that I put in.
I wanted to say that.
Yeah, which is predominantly not a strong point or how people will regard me. But it's not just about the kicks themselves. It's when you execute the kick and what you're doing within the game that's allowing you to make that decision, and that being the best decision. So there's a whole process to this. And I've tried to have every single point to try and maximize from that process. And that's it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time, but it's a beautiful thing.
Senatla, looking, especially when I watched you last year, there were certain games, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Boykie. I could see a little bit frustrations at certain points within the game, how you reacted to a mistake. But when I looked at you towards the end of the season, the URC, and especially Friday evening, there wasn't that frustration. How did you manage that frustration period? I don't know if I'm wrong, but I picked it up because your comeback and probably the arm that way where you wanted to prove and you wanted to be so good and you wanted to whoever put faith in you and trusted and you wanted to repay them. There was frustrations then after your comeback in the way you played, but now Friday night you looked relaxed.
Yeah.
You looked comfortable. You had good time space again, as you always had throughout your career. How did you manage that, Foiki?
Yeah, it was quite interesting for me to navigate as well because it is happening in real time, right? So when I got injured, I was out the game for about 2 years. And prior to that, I've had a lot of injuries, especially coming into the 15-man game. So after every injury, I came back kind of like the same person that I was before I got injured. And this was like lengthy layoffs, right? So when I got injured, for this last one before I got back, the 2 years, I expected myself to come back at the same level because I'd done it so many times. I didn't understand why it's not happening this time. And I had to sit down with myself and be reflective and be like, yo, dude, 2 years is a long time. The game has moved. You out of touch. Of course, that sharpness is going to be missing. And then we kind of like distinguished that the most important thing was for me to play. And it was a tricky situation because, Stormers Rugby comes first. I'm signed to the Stormers and they come first. Dobo has to put the Stormers first before anyone else's ambition, right? So it was that frustration also of, I'm not getting enough game time because I played one and then I didn't play. But for me to get better and get sharp, I need game. Yeah, so it was that awkward little space that I was in. And, I was in and out and I just accepted where I was. I accepted where I was. I was like, you know what, boy, you're not gonna be as sharp as you were. This is not a 9-month injury. This is a 2-year injury. Yeah. So take it easy, be kind to yourself. It will come. It needs to come. And then I think with that type of mindset, towards the end of the season, when I got more opportunities, that's when I started being more relaxed because I wasn't in the mind frame of it has to happen now.
Yeah.
I was like, let me just enjoy myself. Like, geez, I came back from a massive, massive injury that almost took me out of rugby. Now I'm back here again. Let's just enjoy ourselves. That's it. Just enjoy yourself. But you back playing, just enjoy yourself. And I think it carried on, obviously, to now with having a good preseason, which I haven't had in I don't know how long.
Yeah.
Had a preseason. And I guess, you guys can see the fruits of that in the first game.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's looking good.
It looks fantastic. You have 35. No, Jesse, I actually want to ask both of you, Paddy, and he spoke about the relaxed mindset. For guys who are finishers and X-Factor players, is that state of mind very important, where you don't go searching for the moment, but allowing the moment to come to you? Being in a relaxed state of frame of mind.
Yeah, no, 100%. I don't know about him. He's obviously the finisher. But yeah, you have to be calm. A lot of the time, if you're going to be too frantic, you see less. So the more you can see, the more relaxed you are, the more you can see what's happening. Because it's split seconds, decisions to dive into the corner and finish on those abilities. So it's all about, being calm and taking opportunities when they come.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Us being instinctive players, you want to be at a state where almost happiness is flowing through you and operating from a place of love and not frigidity. So you don't want to be boxed in. You don't want to be too overly let me speak for myself because everyone is different, right?
Yeah.
I don't like being too rigid. I don't like being boxed in. I don't like being overly focused. I like being exactly how I am every single day. And that's how I approach games. You'll never see me heavily focused on the game or whatever. I'm dancing, I'm laughing, I'm operating like Seabelo. I think if I'm operating within that realm, then, instincts kick in properly. And it's so important to allow the game to come to you. I was saying it to one of the bright stars of today's game.
Who's this?
If you watch this game, you would guess. I was saying to him, and I see the same thing in him. I said to him, like, when you allow the game to come to you, you are incredibly dangerous. Like, you are the best in the world at it. But when you try to impose yourself on the game, that's when you make mistakes because you want something to happen immediately. And I think that's the same way I operate. And I was saying that because I've been at the place where I try to happen every single time I touch the ball. Now, having experienced that and having more maturity now, being older, I can see that in him. I was like, oh, wait, I see myself there. Let me go approach him. And I was like, yo, bro, just let the game come to you. I promise you, when you let the game come to you, you do crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And no, to say the least, he did a lot yesterday.
Nah, a lot.
Yeah.
Check it. Zoom.
Did a lot.
No, that's good, man. And that's good advice. I mean, those the small little things can make a big difference. You can have all the talent in the work, but they say sometimes the hard work beats talent if talent doesn't work hard enough. And these talented kids out here, if they can just be calm and be in a good mindset, then things will flow for them.
But boys, and I don't want to sit on this long, but I think it's so difficult. And obviously, you had the understanding and the emotional intelligence to understand that maybe that message is applied for that player. But it's so difficult being in this high performance environment and then functioning in a state of, look, it will come to me. Because there's so many, it's financial pressure, it's the pressure to perform, it's the pressure of your own ambitions that you have in yourself. So it is all, I struggled with it so much when I played. It is self-applied pressure also, that you want to do good because I've worked so hard. I want to change my parents' lifestyle. I want to change my life. I want to generate the generational wealth while I'm doing it. So it's easy. I always said it was easier to talk about it, but actually applying it is very difficult.
So tough to do. Paki, you said it, very incredibly. Like, it's so tough to do. It's easy to speak about it, but to just let things happen by themselves is tough. But if you check how nature operates, everything comes when it's supposed to come, and it doesn't disturb itself. If we look and study nature, you'll see that everything comes in its time. And by you trying to rush things, you're actually only hurting yourself because you are putting yourself in situations you're not supposed to be in. Now you're hurting yourself trying to get that something that's not meant for you in that time. So if you just relax and let God do his thing, it will come. It's supposed to come.
Believe.
Believe. No, 100%. But Senatla, Sia, I don't want to take you back to bad memories and stuff like that. And you spoke about, the moment that changed your career. But I mean, back in the days, it could have maybe changed your life as well.
No.
Can you take us through that night, what happened, or that moments and stuff, the stuff that you can remember to where you are now?
Sure. Chuba, it's tough to talk about that, firstly, without getting emotional. And secondly, to talk about it at large, within a specified time. Like, there's so much to unpack. There's a lot that I went through. And I guess that's why I'm trying to write a book. We trying to go back and write a book and try to help people. And it's not just about that moment there. It's about, we talked about high performance. It's the spaces that we're in and how people are wired within that space and how, life gets in the way. And we talked about hurting yourself and putting yourself in positions where you might end up hurting yourself, where you could have just let nature happen, and take its toll. But yeah, it was an incredibly difficult space. To think I was not going to play rugby again was, it was a tough thought. You don't want to think that, especially when you feel like you have a lot to still offer the game. Haven't gone through that. And then, getting that affinity with the bottle, because it was my close friend at the moment. It was a tough period where not a lot of people were backing me or with me or supporting me in that time. It was so lonely.
Was it after the accident?
After the accident, it was so lonely. One of my loneliest times ever. And it's tough to actually think about, because I guess we all want people to always be there for us. When things are going well, people are there for us. When things are not going so well, then you see the decrease in people, or the interest or disinterest rather. So it was a tough period to see how alone I was and how I got closer to the bottom, because I didn't want to feel what I was feeling inside Cuba. I didn't want to think about rugby not being an option anymore. I didn't want to think about my hand not working anymore. I didn't even want to watch rugby, because every single time I watched rugby, it triggered me. Yeah, it triggered me badly. So it was a difficult time to actually navigate. But yeah, luckily, I have people that were in my corner and still in my corner that cared about me and tried to rally me. But it was tough for them to do that as well, because I was just in my own little world.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did the work, which was also extremely hard, which is something that, we'll speak about at large once the time comes. We did a whole lot of work, both emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, all of that. We did a whole lot of work. It was not easy. I will continue to do the work, by the way. But all of that, brought me back into the place where I can sit with you guys and talk about me playing rugby again. Yeah.
Seabelo, the people who were the people that were there for you when your support system that you would like to mention and think and really played a crucial part in that way? You spoke now about the loneliness that you experienced after the accident and your recovery period.
Yeah, I think the person that I'd like to thank the most is my girlfriend. She had to see it all. That woman was with me every single day. I was in hospital for 5 weeks. She was there every single day. From 10 o'clock in the morning until 8 o'clock in the morning. Every single day without a miss of a beat. So, and obviously, she was the one that was seeing things firsthand after being at the hospital and being at home, living the daily life. She saw that I couldn't even hold, a cup of coffee or anything. She was the one doing those little things for me. I couldn't even wash myself. She was the one that was doing all of that. So major shout out to her. I've never given her a shout out. So major shout out to her. Obviously, the parents were there for me at large. Mom and dad even came down. And I guess the people that you guys would know would be, in terms of rugby players, is Sticks, Shakes, Ruanao, Murray Ingram, my personal trainer. You guys would have heard about him. LT, Skeleto.
Yeah.
He's a junior trainer, more main because I deal with him more than Murray, from Connect Academy. So the people there was more my close, immediate friends. Roscoe, Sticks, Shakes, Ruanel, my commercial manager, Tilden, Bungani, the Connect Academy family, all of them. The Buttas of the world, the Raidens, Carlos, the guys that operate within the space. Not so much to my disappointment from the Stormers. I think Duncan was pretty much the only guy that was checking in quite a lot, which is quite disappointing. And I guess he was doing it from a point of view of the team. And the team had to carry on. It was a difficult space, obviously, because things have to move on. But I kept that as a resentment for quite a long time. The team was not there for me. I gave everything to this team. You know how we operate.
Yeah.
Gave everything to this team. Team was not there. Started resenting it. Took it back, obviously, when I got to a place of healing where I could speak to my therapist and all of that. It was But they came through at large in terms of giving me opportunity again. And I've said this out loud. I really want to repay them for doing that.
And the Ruckers, they don't know the seriousness of it. I mean, I saw 1 or 2 photos of the elbow.
Oh.
And it was so close, the specialist, he had to make decisions about amputate and stuff like that. And for you to fight back through that period after, just when you got back and you start feeling when you got back home, that challenge.
Yeah, so when I woke up in hospital, I knew I was at a bad place because I tried to move my body. And not a lot of, I was first scared to move my body. I was okay, let me move this damn body. What's working, what's not? I move my legs, okay, legs are still good. We good. If the legs are good, we good.
They can run. As long as they can run.
And then he started moving around and I tried to turn. I thought everything was fine because I could move everything. And I tried to turn and my right hand just lagged. And that's when I got first concern. I was ooh. And I looked at it and it was a huge bandage. obviously the doctor came in when I was conscious, and he started speaking to me at large about the severity of the injury and where they were at. They were thinking immediate amputation just because of how badly it was. I had like a big gush. It was bad. Imagine like a shovel coming and taking your flesh out until to a point of bone. Bones shattered, elbows gone. So there was nothing there. All of that was reconstructed. So it was a bad place to be. We pleaded with them in the beginning. It was like, okay, cool. Let's give the body a little bit of a break. Like, let's give it its chance to do a thing. Let's just see how it replies. And if it doesn't reply, then amputation it is, right? They gave it a couple of days in ICU. And yeah, it started responding a little bit well to obviously treatment and all of that. And we moved from the ICU to the ward, and they started the process of doing operations and all of that. I had 5 surgeries.
Five surgeries.
5 surgeries.
In a certain, how long?
A space of 5 weeks.
In 5 weeks? Yo.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's basically saving this arm of mine, which they did incredibly, which is, I'm grateful.
100%, yeah. We have to put a doctor's name here in this
now we have to.
somewhere.
We have to. There's a couple of them, so like I can't mention one and leave others.
Was there a few that worked on you?
A lot.
Oh my goodness.
A lot.
Shivered.
And just for context for the ruckers, the accident was the car rolled.
The car rolled, yeah. The car rolled. So I was coming down from town to Woodstock, and I can't remember that road quite well. But I was coming down and going into Woodstock, and as I had right of way, and this certain intersection is like in a place where there's a building between the stop sign and the building. So I was coming from this way. This guy couldn't see me. Went in and I tried to swerved into a pavement. Car rolled. As soon as I hit the pavement, unconscious.
Unconscious.
I can't remember anything else after that.
Yeah, but wow, Boykie, I think it gives so much perspective on how quick life can change.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're sitting here today and very lucky, fortunate, and blessed that life for you, under my understanding, again, I hope I'm not wrong, but can go and function as normal. But there was a moment that Seabelo obviously recognized, I'm back.
I can.
When did the realization for you come in that, Shabbat, the comeback is on, I'm back.
I'm going to show people.
I can do this.
There was always belief. When I was training with my coaches at Connect, there was always belief. We started off slowly, man. I couldn't even pick myself up, never mind the push-up. And we did whatever we can. I mean, I remember the first little part, we were just training legs because we couldn't do anything upper body. That was fine. We were okay. Like, we have time. And it was just building the discipline of going there every single day. Started legs, okay, cool. Legs, like, okay, what can you do? Stand up, you can't. Okay, let's skip that. Next week, we check next week again. So there was a little bit of, what's the word I'm looking for? We're not conscious of the severity of that thing at that present moment in time. We were so fixated about getting back, and we all believed we could do it. So I think that point of being ignorant to a point of no return. I was looking for that word, ignorant. We were so ignorant.
A big word.
Yeah, we were just like, we're going to come back. And I think that belief and me going there was just like a little bit of a spoon in the mouth in terms of belief, because they believed with me. I didn't just believe by myself. They believed in me, and we went at it slowly, very, very slowly. And at a point I could literally just be on all fours, which is a massive win. We celebrated that day, I remember. Yeah. We were like, all fours. Let's go. We winning.
Come on.
And then we eventually got to push-ups. I couldn't even hang on a pull-up bar. Couldn't even do that.
And are you a patient person? Because this process is required you to be patient. Zero patience.
It's now. That's why it's fast. It's tip.
Yeah. Nah, not a patient person at all. But this is how God designs things in your life to make account for others. He knew that I was not patient. I needed to be patient in this. I had no choice but to be patient. So in something that happened that caused a lot of turmoil and a lot of harm into my life, it is also doing something as beautiful as teaching me patience. Now I have so much patience. You know, it's the paradox of life. It's meant to do one thing and then it just does the other. But everything, one thing that I know is everything is so strategic from God. He does things strategically to help you. Even though sometimes at that present moment in time, it feels like, you know, this is going to break me. He literally puts stuff for your own good.
And you're mentally strong. Was there ever a moment where you're like, no, Seabelo, it's not on this. I can't catch this ball. I can't do this. Maybe I must try something different. Or
I don't think there was a doubt in my mind, Juba. There was never a doubt in my mind. I was always going to come back. Even when I couldn't move these 3 fingers at all, nothing. I couldn't move them, nothing. And I started passing even like that. I was like,
with the 2 fingers.
Really? I promise you, we started passing. It's like, okay, if they don't come back, it's fine. I'll pass with 2 fingers.
With 2 fingers,
okay. We adapt. So like there was never a point in my mind where I was never going to come back.
Yes, boykies, this is
yeah.
powerful. I think I think after this, I had a lot of respect for your comeback, but now having this discussion partner, I think that has grown tremendously because obviously when you don't know something, you make up your own assumptions how the recovery process went. That is human nature. But a lot of respect, Boykie, to now sit here after the weekend that you just won the URC Man of the Match. Yeah, it must be an amazing feeling. I know the team did well. Everyone did well, but Seabelo sitting there in the change room, and it's a small gesture, having a medal for Man of the Match. But it must have been a feeling like, this feels really good.
Satisfying, yeah.
Oh, good word.
It felt good, but I think I've moved away from looking at myself a whole lot. It felt good more for the team and the journey that we actually on. You talked about the forwards. I think most of the hard work was done by the forwards.
Yeah,
and they,
sure.
Yeah, they
physical, that mauls and stuff.
They get a little claim for the stuff that they do. So, you know, me sitting there by myself was like, I was looking at all the pieces that were working and I was like, yo, this is working. That's why I can, you know, that if a wing is brilliant in a game, a lot of things are working right. So for me, I look at it from my point of view, it's like, okay, cool. What was working for me to be able to sit here and, you know, have this acclaim. And the forwards were it for me. I'd give them all Man of the Matches if I can.
Yes.
And because I think, we talked about it earlier, I'm not result-driven anymore in terms of me scoring the actual tries anymore. I'm more process-driven. So I look at the process more than anything.
Try sometimes.
Yeah. That's what I look at even from a game's perspective, is like, how did something come about? Oh, it was that. And I give credit to that. So I'm forcing people to actually now watch rugby at its fullness and not just highlights, because I was just a highlights person. Now there's a lot that happens within a rugby game, you know, that contributes towards the result. I didn't even score a try the past weekend and I got Man of the Match. You see, that never used to happen.
Did you see him running down the tats there? Kop aan kop botsen. The guy had to get the yellow, huh? He was like, dude, come on.
Yeah, that man wanted to kill me, man.
But yeah, I mean, let's take it way back. You know, we started from the bottom, now we're here, coming from Welkom, the journey you had, Griffin days, the Bloemfontein days, to be where you are today. I mean, with so much medals, Commonwealth Games, Olympics, URC, Currie Cups, all these type of things. Take us through those, the Welkom days, and that dream to become a Springbok or a Blitzboks legend.
To be quite honest, I didn't dream of that. I always dreamt about, I don't know, doing something within sport. Rugby was never the question. I had a kid when I was 17 years old, and my dad sat me down and was like, yo, dude, you're going to have to be responsible for this human being. I was responsible with you. When you came to this world, you have a responsibility now. Be responsible. And I think that was the quickest gateway into me getting into professional sport. And rugby was just the vehicle because it was the most apparent thing at that point in time.
You had it,
you know?
the speed and the stuff,
I had the speed, I had the skills. People were always telling me to take this seriously. I was just playing it socially. So I saw rugby as that. And once I took it seriously, I went to the academy, Harmony Sports Academy. I think that's where the love and passion really grew for rugby because, there, Baba, you live, eat, breathe,
Rugby.
sleep.
Yeah.
Everything is rugby. Everything, literally.
24/7.
And naturally, if you're in a space like that, you start having a love and passion for this thing, And I guess like those two type of elements working together, it brought me to a point where I strived highly. From there, I got myself to CUT. I got a scholarship to CUT in Bloem. When I got there, played, it was my fourth team. I started a fourth team, third team, second team. CUT team, and it was tough. And then finally made it to first team. While I was playing Varsity Shield, the Cheetahs under 19 coach then, Under Trudeau, saw me and was like, yo, boy, I want you to play for my 19s. I wasn't on contract, wasn't on nothing. I was actually the only one not on contract there. Everybody was from Shimla, so I was basically the only CUT kid there.
Sure, but
and he gave me an opportunity. And while I was playing for the 19s, I was like, nah, dude, you're doing too much. Go play in 21s. Oh, no. Raymond Ruler got promoted to the Currie Cup.
Yes.
And I went up with him. I was like, okay, you go up. And
I'll take this spot.
I went 21s
Yes.
when he went up. Thanks, Reza.
Yeah. Raymond,
I played in 21s. And while I was playing for 21s, the then sevens coach saw me pull through.
Did this all happen?
And so like this is what I'm talking about is a space of 1 year.
Damn it.
I played in every level of rugby.
So you played
right?
fourth team, and then in that same year, pulled through court.
Yeah. At the end of the year, pulled through, signed me to the sevens.
Wow.
Came to Welkom, went to my parents, I want to sign this kid. There.
This was 2012. What year was it?
This was 2012, yes.
2012.
Sure.
So from fourth team up until signing with the Blitzboks.
Yeah.
And
All because people gave me an opportunity and there was human eyes, because there's human element to it. God can only place you strategically at places for things to happen, but there's human eyes also play a huge role. And because people gave me an opportunity, I could be able to put myself where I transcend and go to the next level. So I played at every level. That year I played at every level possible.
and got that opportunity.
Yeah.
And that's what I always say. That's what I always do, tell the youngsters as well. Your rugby career, especially the younger, it's like a movie. There's always people watching. So you got to play your best.
What?
You got to play your best. So when the opportunity comes, where someone is at the stadium, agent or what coaches, these opportunities will come fast.
That is so
Thick and
true.
Fast.
That is so true. And hence why I launched my sevens my sevens tournament that's happening now in Peru at the NTK Rugby Club, Connect NTK, on the 7th and 8th of November.
Yeah,
it's because of that. It's because I understand there's a strategic place that God places people, but also for them to be able to transcend, there's also a human element to it, which is eyes. I was chosen because someone saw me. So we're trying to create a platform where these ladies can be seen by someone and thus get a scholarship or whatever case may be.
Yeah, was it age groups and times and stuff like that? Yeah.
Yes,
Location?
that's under 11 until under 17.
Sure.
And we also have girls there, under 18 girls.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Yeah, so we're doing juniors. And the reason why we're focusing on that is because we have a bigger dream to, outside of this platform of the event, try to choose a dream team for the guys to go to the Wazn Sevens, which is the biggest schoolboy sevens rugby out there in the world. So it's not just ending there. Try to give them broad opportunities, for other people to see them. It's all about eyes.
Yeah.
Trying to,
So at the Senatla Sevens tournament happening in November at NTK, there will be a dream team selected this year.
There will be a dream team selected this year.
Okay.
For them to go next year in March, God willing. It's better if we get sponsors and all of that, right? But they'll go in March.
Please.
No,
Yeah.
we will get sponsors. We're making changing kids' lives. So if you're watching, go in the DMs.
Yeah. Now there'll be opportunity to go there next year, March.
Why did Seabelo Senatla start the Sevens tournament? Was it always to create opportunity?
A lot of things. Legacy, opportunity, like you talk about, and I think mostly because it was my journey. I didn't come from a prestigious school or anything like that where rugby was a huge thing and it was
Yeah.
anonymous and everybody was looking at me every week. Like I said, God placed me in places strategically, and through that, I got people to see me. So I'm trying to give, the schools that are not premier schools, more eyes, because I didn't come from a premier school. I came out of nothing. People don't even know what Rubikstad High School is. People's like, we thought you were in grade college. It's like, nah, I wasn't in grade college. So I'm trying to give all the schools eyes also, because, like I said, the set of eyes is so important. That if people can see you, that's where people can actually place you in places. That creates the opportunity, and I'm just trying to create that type of space for these kids to also launch their careers. I mean, it's not just about rugby. Some people get scholarships and, want to study to be a doctor, whatever the case may be, but it's opportunity that wasn't there before us, So we're trying to create those opportunities for these kids. For me, it was 7s, and then I came now obviously into 15s. For someone else, it could be something else.
And you talk about legacy. I couldn't mind picking that up.
Yeah.
What would you ideally want Seabelo's legacy to look like?
If there's one thing that I can pick out, I want people to look back in my life and be like, that guy inspired hope. Through me living my life, I want people to be inspired and create some sort of stirring within themselves. When I say that stirring, I mean that hope. Create hope that I can be something. Because, at every touch point of my life, I fight for things. And when people watch me fight, I wanted to create some sort of string, like, if I do that, I have hope that I can get there, because there's nothing really special about me, to be quite honest. I'm just an ordinary human being that's dreaming hard, working extremely hard, and, trying to make something out of what I have. Whatever that's placed in my hand, I try to multiply that. So it's from using that personal journey and try to plant seeds into other people for them to multiply their lives and stretch it out. I think that's how we make a difference. We make a difference through small little acts like that, and by impacting the world in your immediate, and obviously it'll stretch out and go into the broader world.
Sure.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, and that word glory, you're wearing obviously the word glory on in your head. Why glory? I mean, you've got the wine that's also called glory as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've got a lifestyle brand called Glory. It started off as a wine brand, but obviously translated into other things. I think I got stuck, obviously alcoholic, got stuck with the alcohol part for quite a long time. And didn't transcend into what it was supposed to be. But I started that brand purely because everything that I do for the glory of the Lord. Whether it's me eating, drinking, sleeping, playing rugby, talking to, I do everything for the glory of the God. So this brand, Glory, is for His glory. So whatever I do, and when people see me, I don't want it to be acts of myself. It's acts of worship to Him.
Wow.
And the lifestyle brand, is it available for purchasing already as we're sitting here today?
As is, sir, as is.
Okay.
They can just go to homeofglory.africa. There's one, there's Gob. Gob is Garment Bachi.
Nice, thank you. I didn't know it. I love it how you knew I didn't know it.
Everything is on that platform. They can also search us on social media. We're on every social media platform as well.
We'll get those.
Huh?
Like a
As a brief man, support man, support
No,
local.
I always say, Seabelo, I always say, the pie can feed a lot of mouths and tummy.
Amen.
Get him a
Amen.
cap.
Do
yeah.
not. Why do you want to put the cap on? Yeah.
Die feit is altyd in sy cap is not going to work.
The fight is fire today, Rakus. Okay, look at
Always,
this masterpiece.
It looks good. It looks good. I must say. I'm here impressed.
That's hot. Seabelo, the next couple of weeks, the season for you, your personal goals, the team's goals. Where do you see? What do you want to achieve this year? Is this play of the season? Do you want to get into semifinals as a team?
Yeah, I think the biggest goal for the team is to play, semifinals at home, even quarters at home. I think we're going to land up in the top 4, on the higher end of the top 4, so that we can play at home. I mean, Dubbo has rambled about how teams that play at home at the knockout stages, predominantly win. I think the stat is 42 out of 44.
And we felt that in 2011.
It's tough to go away. You know this. You know this as well, Pach. It's tough to go to a different land, different circumstances, different weather, different everything, and go win there. So I think our focus is to obviously land up in the top 4 and to play at Cape Town Stadium. We know that the faithful will come in numbers and I'll be very dangerous when you play here.
Hey, you.
And one more.
Dangerous.
10 years
Is
from
it
now.
not?
Huh?
No, I like it. I just, the reason why I say generally when rugby players will come onto a platform like this, we never confront to really say what we think.
Yeah.
And that's what I loved and I appreciate that comment. We will always say, no, every team is good.
Because you're worried what they think.
Yes, back to the drawing board.
Confident,
I always wanted us to be more than like, no, be confident in saying, no, we will be in the semi-final this year.
I mean,
we will play attractive rugby. I am a good rugby player.
You must be affirmative. If that's what you're going for, why not say it? You know, you put the intention out there and you challenge yourself and be like, yo, this is what I want. I'm going to go for it. It's no big deal if you fail.
Yeah.
I feel like failing is part of life and failing brings learnings and failing is the thing that makes us grow. But putting yourself out there, you allow the world to just, succumb to your wants, if I may call it that.
Yeah.
And you have to be brave about it. It's nothing wrong with saying that. That's what you want.
Nothing
That's what you
wrong.
intend. So why not say it?
If you speak it, it will.
Speak life to you.
I
Speak life.
speak money into my bank
Speak
account.
life.
Yes,
I speak money into my bank account. Come on.
Just quickly. I mean, where do you see yourself in 10, 20 years when this game is done? Obviously, this game has been part of you for a very long time and you're doing a couple of other things. Where do you see yourself in 20 years' time?
That's tough to tell. I'm too over the place for that question.
Yeah.
But one thing that I do enjoy is like I'm an entrepreneur at heart, and there's a lot of stuff that I'm doing, outside of the sport. I don't know where I'm gonna find myself. Myself and Nell have a waste management company. I was talking to Pachi before we went live. We do recyclable waste. So there's that. There's Glory. There's the SS Foundation that focuses on grassroots development and addiction recovery. There's that. So there's a lot of moving parts within me. I don't know exactly where that is gonna take me or where I'm gonna land. There's also sport. I enjoy sport, so trying to also coach, which Murray encourages so much because he thinks I'm good at it. But also that it's about imparting that knowledge that and try to gear these youngsters up because the main aim is Juba. These youngsters must be better than us. If they're better than us, then our rugby in South Africa will always grow. So there's a lot of moving parts to me. I can't pinpoint and say this is that one, but I think knowing me, I think I'll keep on, stretching it out like that. I like having different things, to do, and I like applying myself in different trades because it blossoms me into a more holistic flower.
Yeah.
I like that word holistic.
I've picked it up.
Holistic.
Holistic and ruckus. If you guys could pick up all of the big words that Seabelo used throughout this thingy and drop it in the comment section that you think I didn't understand, I might send you guys something for those guys that could pick up those big words. But Seabelo, I think we've obviously, and you said this before we came live, we don't have enough time for this conversation, and unfortunately we didn't have enough time because there's so much more to speak about and that you have to offer. But I think I want to thank you for your honesty, vulnerability. I think that is traits that I value in people. The fact that you were so open, you were vulnerable with us in conversation, and for your time. The two of us always speak about it. When you play the game of rugby, you're so fixated on your rigid structure and your programming, and you to come here on an afternoon in court with us, massive appreciation.
Yeah, no, really appreciate it, man.
Guys, I have to say this on air as well. This platform that you guys have here is amazing. People don't realize how much work you put in. I came into this space, guys. They have a beautiful space. They have a beautiful
on
space.
one side, don't show them the other side. But
no, and I have to commend that. You guys are pushing. You guys are working hard. You guys are trying to create something here, and it's working. It's working. So kudos to you guys. Congrats.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Well
Thank
done. May you go from strength to strength.
Thanks, man. And you're welcome anytime. Okay, so
Yeah,
when you launch the book, sit
Must
there.
I sit here?
Yes.
Sit here and read this bedtime story.
I mean, rugby players, we can't read, man.
Thanks a lot, yeah, man. Hey, that is Seabelo Senatla. Oh, yo. Jesus, partner. I mean, what a journey, what a chapter, and he's not done yet. Okay, Behind the Ruck is behind him. He's not done yet. As man of the match performances. Now I'm able to catch up with the big man just to see his story and his challenges that he's faced. And just coming from Achieva Daimani, what did he say? The depth, success is the depth
you
we
come from.
And he came from Welkom to Behind the Ruck.
Yes.
Welkom. And where is he now?
Now he's got glory
wow.
wines. He's just he's made one of the most incredible comebacks
100%.
in the sporting world. So the number one rugby podcast, Ruckus, I'm going to tell you again,
Sort.
we deliver or sort vir julle uit.
Or sort uit. Maar sort goed die subscribe ook uit. Wil, ja.
Asseblief. But Paddy, fixtures this weekend?
Straight on to fixtures this weekend. New Zealand versus Australia at 11:45 up the stadium, Perth. We've been there, done that, got the medals. And then Springbok versus Argentina at 3 o'clock.
At 3?
At 3.
Okay.
At Twickenham. At
Nice.
home. We
At
call
home?
it at home.
Okay.
Home sweet home, yeah. We got some good memories. Just get straight to Springbok Rugby. What's happening? What do we expect? I know what I expect. Obviously, the team announcement is not out yet while we're recording this, Ruckus. But I'm expecting a copy and paste.
Yes, why not?
Another Nokia.
And it's for us going for the championship. Sasa getting opportunity to back up that performance from Durban, now at Twickenham, exciting things. I can't wait for us to celebrate and lift another trophy, South Africa.
Yeah.
Celebrate another trophy, well deserved. Obviously, the Australian loss was in the beginning of the thing, gave us a biggie van a bloedneus. And then we had the Eden Park loss. But throughout this Rugby Championship partner, we've played some brilliant rugby.
Yeah. We got a good balance, and we spoke about, the balance of what type of rugby playing at the moment to be successful for next year in the Rugby World Cup. And we get to the Rownie Ball, and we saw a lot of Rownie Ball in Durban. The kicking game, Sasa Vanbeck and Gomazulu, the running game, the cross kicks, the bombs inside the middle of the field with Kane and Moody. We just feels like we've got a nice little balance at the moment, and we're still missing a couple of boys. Your Kurtley Arenses, we're still missing a couple of big boys, especially with Fassi being injured and a couple of injuries as well. It makes us very scary, so where we can go and where we are at the moment. But are we peaking? Let's not be negative or go down.
No, ask your question and then we discuss it. Ask your question.
We're not peaking too early.
For the next World Cup,
for the next World Cup, for what's happening at the end of the year, for what's happening when New Zealand come next year in the Rugby World Cup?
I don't think so, Paddy. I also think this team probably want to be the best team also during those periods between World Cups. So we've won 2 back-to-back World Cups, but have we been the best teams in between those World Cups? Probably not. And I think this current team wants to be the best team also in between the World Cups. We're the number one like we are now, number one in the world. Okay? Lekker seatbelt for the rest. All Black supporters,
and we're going to change
seatbelt.
the recipe. Because they usually say, if you hack and you win.
Yeah.
But now we have to win too.
Okay.
We change this.
No, but I really look and Edwin van der Merwe Ruckus. He played this last weekend, okay? He played brilliantly this last weekend. He's also up for selection. I don't know if Rassie is going to select him for this game, probably not. But he's up for selection end of the year. Then we got Edwin van der Merwe, Kurtley Arendse, Chesley Kobe, Ethan Hooker. You still have Kane Moody. That can be wing 30. Okay.
And there's one name you're still missing.
Mapimpi.
Yes.
I know your man.
Okay.
I know your man. Mapimpi. Okay.
I mean, oud maar nog niet koud. This man can still do it. Hopefully we'll get a lot of opportunities at the Sharks as well. But like you said, there's a lot of suits that Rassie can take. Rassie can wear this, Rassie can wear that. And hopefully we'll see what's going to happen this weekend at Twickenham.
At Twickenham,
home
Ruckus.
of their rugby, not our rugby.
It's an away game, but the home game for South Africa. You guys can figure it out. But guys, Behind the Ruck, episode 116, we are proudly supported by SuperSport Bet. They've been such a good partner to work with, and they've been brilliant. Switch, me and my partner played pedal this week at Switch. It was very interesting. My knees are still hurting, okay? My first time playing pedal, very first time playing pedal, and it wasn't great. But Switch, our hydration partner on board to Behind the Ruck. Buddy, it's a chicken wrap to your number one rugby podcast.
Yeah, and they know, please subscribe, and you'll have to like as well, and go to the Sunday review. We got a lot of reviews, especially with the Rugby Championship, but also week 1 of the URC. We covered a lot, okay? So if you wanted the rugby taste, cut it to the bone. We've cut it to the bone on Sunday, yeah. It's been a lekker episode and a lot going on. You spoke about sweets as well?
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
No, but-
SA20 coming up as well, and the other competition as well, the junior one.
The junior, they're the primary sponsor of the school's tournaments, which also so exciting things there. Cricket is doing it right. Pari, cricket, I must say, we can learn a lot from cricket and how they are doing the development and the structures. So kudos to our hydration partner. Maybe me and partner can become umpires.
Yes.
Or
we can start behind the stumps. Hoe gaat hy?
Huh?
You never know with us. Hey?
Kom dak terug.
Yes, Rakkers, thanks for tuning in. It is that time. Okay, see you guys next week. I'm Juan de Jong.
I'm Rudy Page.
And the Rack is always clear with you. Bye-bye.
Next week. Bye, guys.